What's going on, you guys? I'm Matt. Today we're going to talk about the 6 things that I think you need to get to go along with your brand new camera that you just bought. Plus, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a bonus recommendation. The first lens that you should buy to go along with your new camera that I think every photographer should own that's actually really, really cheap. But before we get started, check out this absolutely fire shirt from Pasco High School. This is their 2024 yearbook theme, Vistas or Vistas, because they're doing their yearbook in both English and Spanish, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. Kudos to the advisor and staff down there in Pasco, Washington. If you want me to wear your yearbooks t-shirt in my next video, leave me a comment below and let me know. The first thing I think you should buy is faster memory cards, especially if you're getting one of these new cameras that can shoot an incredibly high frames per second. Listen to how fast this camera is right here. It's about 11 frames per second, and that's really fast. And what happens is if you have an older, slow memory card, eventually the camera will have a hard time getting the images it's just captured onto the memory card because it's taking too long. Listen to what happens. This is a slow memory card I have in here. Let's listen to see what happens. Did you hear those little pauses? That's called buffering, and that means the memory card can't record the images fast enough, and it has to stop shooting for a split second. And the older and slower your memory card is, the more you're going to run into that problem. I just put a faster memory card in here. Let's see if we get the same problem. Here we go. Could shoot all day like this. So when you're looking for a faster memory card, what I want you to do is head over to Amazon and you're going to search for V30, Victor 30 SD cards. And anything that's V30 or higher is going to be plenty fast. Get yourself a handful of those for each one of your cameras and you'll be good to go. The second thing I think you need to get is a vertical grip for your camera. Check out this guy right here. Look at this little bonus thing down here on this camera. This is a vertical grip and this does 2 things. One, it allows me to put 2 batteries in here so I don't have to worry about battery life if I'm going to be shooting at a long event like a football game. And the second thing it does is it actually puts a shutter release button right here, which means I can shoot vertically like this without having to put my hand up and over the top. And for me, this is way more comfortable, and I think it's absolutely worth investing in one of these for your fancy new camera. These are very camera specific, so head over to your favorite photography store or Amazon, type in your camera model number and then the words vertical grip. So Canon R50 vertical grip, or Canon Rebel T7 vertical grip, or Nikon Z9 vertical grip. And that's how you'll find the one you want. There are official ones made by Sony, Canon, and Nikon, but there are also a lot of third-party ones that are a little bit less expensive, actually sometimes a lot less expensive. And I think those ones work just fine. Just make sure you check the reviews and make sure it's a quality product. I just gotta say, I absolutely love shooting with a vertical grip. Third upgrade I think you need to get for your new camera is something you've heard me talk about it before, but I think you need to get a UV filter for your lenses. What you wanna do is just find out what size opening you have on your lens. For example, this is an 82 millimeter opening. You see that number right here next to this little symbol. That tells me what size it is. So hop on the internet, search up 82 millimeter UV filter or whatever size you need. Get yourself one of these for each one of your lenses. It's like having a screen protector on your phone. They're about $10 to $20 and they're totally worth it. The fourth thing you need to get is some extra batteries and a little charger for those extra batteries. Something like this. Look at this. This is a little 2 battery charger unit. It allows me to charge the batteries, and I have 2 extra ones now. And these are super handy. I don't ever like connecting any cables to the camera, so I'd much rather take my batteries out and charge them like this. And I always need extra batteries. So get some extra batteries for your camera. Batteries are also camera specific. Just hop on the internet, search up Sony A7 IV battery, and listen, just like with the vertical grips, the camera companies make their own batteries, but third-party companies also make them, and they're also usually significantly cheaper. Just keep this in mind. I've never had any issues with third-party batteries, but I know people who have, but they're so much cheaper than the official batteries that even if 1 out of 5 is no good, it doesn't hold a charge after a month, you're still saving a ton of money by getting third-party batteries. So get yourself a couple of extra batteries and a little charging unit for charging them up, and it'll make your life a whole lot easier. The fifth thing I think you should buy is an external card reader, something so that you can transfer the photos on your memory card onto your computer. A lot of new computers, this is built right into it, but if your computers don't have this, get yourself an SD card reader. And the reason why is because, like I said in the last tip, I don't ever want to connect any cables to my actual cameras. I used to do this when I first started teaching photography, and within about 2 months, about half of the cameras, the little connection was broken. So we ended up having to buy memory card readers anyways. Find some SD card readers, hook those up to your computers, and it'll make getting the images off of your memory card and onto your computer so much easier. The sixth upgrade I think you need to get for your new camera is a better strap. These straps that come with your cameras, they're not very comfortable. And since my rule for my students was that anytime they had a camera in their hands, they had to have the strap around their neck, I feel like I owed it to them to get them a more comfortable strap. So I'm a big fan of anything made by the company Peak Design, and you can check out their camera straps. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Personally, really like the slide strap that Peak Design makes. It's quite a bit more comfortable than the default strap you get with your camera, and it's super easy to connect and disconnect from your camera should you need to take it off. Like everything made by Peak Design, it's a little expensive. It's $70, but I think it's worth the upgrade, especially if somebody's going to be taking a big, heavy, beefy camera like this and wearing the strap around their neck for a 3 or 4 hour football game. I think it's worth it. And lastly, like I promised at the beginning, here's the first lens I think you should buy for your new camera. It's a 50mm f1.8 lens. These lenses are very inexpensive, almost always less than $200, and they are phenomenal lenses in low light and dark areas because of that f1.8 aperture. For the cost of the lens and the quality of the image you get, I don't think it can be beat. In fact, when I was teaching photography, I had 30 Canon Rebel cameras, and I took the piece of crap 18 to 55 lens that those cameras came with, and I put 50mm f1.8s on all of them, because the image quality was so much nicer. Just make sure you get the correct mount for your lens. For example, if you have a Canon DSLR, you would search up EF mount 50mm f1.8. If you have a Canon mirrorless camera like an R50, you would search up RF mount 50mm f1.8. Just figure out what mount your camera uses and then make sure you get the correct lens for the camera you have. So there you go, guys. There are the 6 things that I think you should get with your new camera, plus the bonus lens that I think every photographer should own. Let's do a super quick review. Number 1, faster memory cards. Number 2, a vertical grip. Number 3, a UV filter for your lens. Number 4, extra batteries. Number 5, a memory card reader. And number 6, a more comfortable strap. And as soon as you can, get yourself one of those 50mm f1.8 lenses and you will not regret it. There you go, you guys. Hopefully you liked this video and you learned something new. If you did, gently press that like and subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what other things you've bought for your new camera. And as always, have a fantastic day. Listen to how fast this camera is right here. Forgot to turn it on.